Greetings from Snake Mountain Boat Works on Friday, September 8, 2023. Here's an update on our 1955 Penn Yan Captivator Aristocrat, who is just simply blowing through milestones, and I'll hand it off to Joe so he can bring us up to date as to where we are today.
Yeah, so first off by saying, this boat being in such good shape that it was in, it's taken no time at all. Usually it's way longer than what we have been. But last time we had a video, I had 2 coats of green on there. And if you remember, it's really, really pebbly and still looked kind of awful. So I went through after it cured and sanded it down with 220 and wiped it down with thinner to get any kind of dust or debris out of it. And then I laid the last 3 coats, and I made it a little bit thinner than I usually do because it's been super humid. And they usually do 10%, so I made it up to 15% with the Pettit 120 brushing. And it just laid out super, super great for the last 3 coats. So the bottom is completely done painted, and I got the sides most of the way faired already. I wanted to wait till we flip it up the other direction so I can get everything taped off on the bottom and make it, one last run through it before we get ready to do the bleaching.
We have to bleach all the sides and the decks and everything.
Yes, and the other thing on top that we got done is, if you remember in one of the previous videos, there was a brace that goes from, there's a V of oak right here, and then it comes all the way to here, and then drops back down around. It's just stiffening up for the transom. Well, this piece from the triangle all the way this way was punky and rotted, so I cut it out, and luckily it didn't affect the outer skin of the transom. It was still rock solid. I couldn't even get a pick into it. So I went through, made a new piece, CPS the back side of where it was going to be adhered to, and I laid on a bed of 5200 and screwed it back onto the transom, and so that way it's all solid and ready to go. And the other thing we did while it's upside down, and the best way to do it is all of the bottom of the floor and the bilge and the sides we were able to do. It was all flaky and kind of gross, so we scraped off all the flake and used a detail sander and sanded every rib in between it. Got it all cleaned out, all the dust out, and then we laid 4 coats of the Sikkens Cetol Marine, and we had all 4 coats put on that, so that way when it's upside down you don't get nearly as much dust in it, and it looks wicked good, almost like it's just like varnish. So once we flip it back the other way to be able to start doing the bright work, you'll be able to see just how sharp the inside of it looks. And when it's upside down, you can really control runs, and that way you don't get any kind of dust, or it just really looks bad when it's the right side up. So when you're sea-towing, have your boat flipped upside down, you'll have a way better finish.
And then in the process, you removed all the seating and every other loose thing.
Yep, all the seating, all the surrounds for the trim, I took out and got them all sanded down and re-Cetoled as well, except for there's trim pieces for your seats that get varnished, as well as the seat bottoms got varnished. So I'm still varnishing those, but everything else for the seat framing, all that, will be able to come back in it because it's already all been done with Cetol, and just really looks fantastic.
Unbelievable. Well, Joe, thank God it's Friday, so you can relax a little bit and let her relax. That's our update on Friday, September 8, 2023, on our 1955 Penn Yan Captivator Aristocrat. Thank you so much. Bye-bye for now from Snake Mountain Boat Works. Okay.